Well, good morning. This is Joanne in Colorado. Yes, I'm still alive. Oh, we've been trying to wrap up my husband's case for his trucking accident and just doctor's appointments and evaluations, and I've been doing lots of yard jobs for people. Still need more money to pay the rent, but I'm hoping my husband will be able to work soon. Maybe I can sell more bird baths. However, my birds do need some for winter. Been cleaning up my plants. Cut down all my cannas. Today I wrapped all the bulbs that were in the house. You see, they've had about a week to just dry in the garage where it's cool. And just where they were cut from the live plant. And I try to let that dry as much as possible. Not all of them are fully dry, so hopefully that won't rot any. I wrapped each one in paper towel, put them in a cardboard box, and sealed them up, and tried to make sure that there were no damp places on one bulb that I just cut the top down shorter on. Make sure they weren't touching any of the other ones. So they are wrapped up and labeled. If anybody else is close and really wants some canna bulbs, they have not frosted yet, even though it was supposed to be below freezing. I have been bringing in pine boughs and all the ones that I could find. These are nice and fluffy, but I only had enough for 2 pots. And I want to put some bird berries and other things like that in those pots. So the ones I don't have enough for still have flowers, but I need taller sticks or branches to keep the hawks out of our little birdies. And at least 3.5, 4 pots worth here, and I always put some in the front yard. And I did a little work on the bird bath in the front yard. It was in the flower pots just to make it deeper. I think there's a lot of birds that would like to take baths in there, but it just wasn't quite deep enough, and I wasn't sure the top was thick enough concrete to grind it down any lower. So rather than ruin it, I mean, this one the birds love, and they take bird baths in it fine, and the one that's kind of purplish now. But the other one's only like 4 to 5 inches across the top, so I tried to make it bigger by just putting more mortar around the top and then making it deeper. So it's drying. I'll take a picture of it soon. Right now, I have a bird bath, or sorry, a birdhouse. Doesn't look real fancy right now, but I made a wood house, and then I tried to use every kind of glue adhesive that I could use to glue stones to it to make it look like a little stone house. And last winter it got knocked off of the hook, fell to the ground, and busted all of the sides with the cement and the mortar and little stones. So I sprayed foam insulation all over it yesterday. This is the doorway. And the little roof I'm letting it dry. But anyways, I had put just a hunk of cottonwood tree bark on the top of it. Hopefully this is going to hold steady because there's I don't know how many little nails are actually sticking this roof to the rest of the house, or if it's mostly just the foam now. I sprayed it black. Here's the little bit of stone that's left on the side, but I really wanted to insulate it. So if it gets cold, it's not just one little piece of wood for little birds up there, because it blows around in the wind, and I wanted the doorway to be small enough and deep enough the little birds could get in there to their nest, but other bigger birds couldn't get in there and take their little birds out. So I'm letting it dry, and then because I have more of this paint that's kind of green and brown, and I figured I would just spray paint it that color, and I'll leave the bark on top. I might have to stick a few nails down in there if I can. I just don't want it to all break apart again for the little birds. Anyways, I've still got the hook in there nice and tight, but I would definitely like to make sure that it's gonna hold together. And right now I'm not sure if there's much holding it but the foam. I did press the nails back in there, but they weren't. When I sprayed it with the foam, it kind of spread it apart. So if I could see where the wood was inside, it would be easier for me to just shoot some skinny nails down there with the nail gun. I just don't want them sticking down into the birdhouse. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this up in the front after it's spray painted. It's nice to hang it up there by the deck where I had my fuchsia plants, and then we can watch the little birds go in and out all winter. So that is what I'm gonna do there. And I may go to the recycle place and see if anybody has any branches and not just leaves, because there's been a lot of leaves dumped lately. We had so many crab apples that we had to clean up in our front yard that it filled our whole 96-gallon trash can, and it's so heavy it hardly moves. My dad said his mom used to can those little crab apples whole, and he said you just grab the stem and eat the apple off of it and throw the stem away, and seeds and stem went with it. I've never done that. He grew up in South Dakota, and I've never seen it done. Not that I couldn't have, but ours all fell on the ground and started rotting before it was a chance. So anyways, I'm not sure how tall of sticks I need, but I want to get some branches way tall. Hey, I just see something here. You've seen a lot of my videos, you know that there was a big aspen tree right there. And I'm really excited that that one is as tall as it is, and that it has as many little teeny branches as it does. Because every morning all the golden finches came and they landed in that tree first to look over my yard and make sure it was safe to come down. And I still had little birds, but man, oh man, I was concerned lest they didn't have any place to go. And he cut that tree down because it was rotten inside. So I am happy to see it have a new tree over the fence, tall enough for some branches and for them to land in. And I think he planted one of those red maples, like that one, which is pretty close to the fence, which means I'm gonna have a whole lot of shade from my flowers next year. But with my husband's case wrapping up, maybe we can find another cheaper place to live in the Longmont area. I need the space, but I just, $3,000 a month is painful. As a matter of fact, the first house I bought with my husband after we were married was $30,000, and our payment was $300 a month, and or $306. Anyways, we have been paying about $30,000 a year for rent. So that just tells you inflation has gone up a lot in the years I've been married. I got married in 1979. So, been married a while. But, it's worth it if you stick with it. Hasn't all been great. My husband says I haven't all been great all these years. I'm pretty sure I was, but anyways, lots of prayers and cookies, and yeah, time spent together, and our two boys are awesome. So, after losing 13 to miscarriage, I am happy to be around them. And our sons have been living with us, helping us pay the rent. And a lot of people think that at 35 they should be on their own, but this day and age when things cost so much, I'm happy to have them help us survive through my husband's 2.5 years of not being able to work. Well, his broken back and broken knee and messed up, torn up shoulder, all healed. So now to see what the solution is and how it all turns out anyways. And what's left for jobs at the age of 66. My husband is very, very skilled in gas plants, and he's been a truck driver for a lot of years, but he used to run a gas plant and he upped production like you wouldn't believe. So in the time that he was running the place, I think they made like 30% more production. And he's done every oil field job, for workover rigs to pumping and hot oiling and rebuilding compressors, and used to run all the backup power on the military bases. So pray for him that he'll find a good job, because he couldn't afford to live on a $5 an hour job. That's what he told me they paid. I told him it's been a long time since he looked for those kind of jobs. Anyways, just rambling on, but I wanted to give you an update, and I know I haven't been on here for probably about a week, but I wore myself out, slept in a few days, and then we just had cold days. And the neighbors were digging the tree, so all the birds were scared away. And now they can come back. I did hang up this wreath over here, and that is a peanut wreath for the blue jays, and I am trying that out to see if the blue jays can come in and eat peanuts over there without scaring all the little birds. Because they are a predator bird, and they will eat the little birds and I don't want them eating the finches and chickadees. So I will come back and show you how our little birdhouse turns out. And if I can get some more branches and if I can get some more pine boughs, that would be totally awesome. And some bird berries so that they look good in the pots and, well, give some color to them. And then I will hang some little teeny lights, like those little LEDs up there. I just leave those burning night and day. But anyways, they are my outside lights. But my son was sitting in the living room inside of the sliding glass doors here on the patio the other day. And he was looking out there and he said, I like lights. So as soon as I can get the right branches up there, I'm going to put up some little teeny LEDs. I like blue and white. Usually I put blue around the pine boughs and the branches on the bottom, and then I put white lights on the little stems of all of the branches up there. So that gives me my Christmas decor later. But in the meantime, long dark nights here up north. I mean, it starts getting dark at 6 o'clock in the evening. And when you look outside, it's just nice to see something bright and cheery. So, sorry there's no little birds to watch right now. My big can for... I hate to take my flowers down, even if they're supposed to freeze. And those juniper branches just look kind of dry and sad. So, I try to replace them with the fluffiest branches I can for fall, because I want them to look good all winter, especially as a backdrop for my little birds. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks for letting me catch up with you, and I will be back, and hopefully we'll have some great news, and I'll be looking for a really nice place to rent with a great place to watch birds. So, have a great day, and see you next time. Bye-bye.